Hey, welcome to MJR Piano Academy. Your instructor today, I'm Regan MJ. And today we are going to learn 4 chords that are going to help us play in a variety of songs, more than even hundreds, because most of the modern arrangements are always made using these chords. So just sit and relax and enjoy the show. And to begin with, let me first show you a simple demonstration of this. You, the shadow to my life, did it feel? Cause all of him. So we are going to learn these chords and shall be able to apply even many more other songs, more than the 2 that I have demonstrated with. And to begin straight away, our chords of study, there are these 4 chords: the C, F, G, and A. The C, the F, the G, and A. And to have a quick lesson on this, for a C, we know that when you are at C and you play the major triad, it has this, and this. Therefore, the C, E, and G make up the C major chord. Therefore, this is our first chord. And just to add some more emphasis, we shall be adding the root note with our left hand, either octave wise, or you can just apply the C and the G just for improvisation to add some more emphasis on the chord. And then we have F. This is our F note, our F key on the keyboard. Therefore, on this F, we build the major triad. That is F and A and C. This is our second chord, the F major chord. And then the G major chord. At G, then we build the major triad, that's the root note, and we add the emphasis as the bass. And then our last chord is A. This is the A major chord from the scale of A. This is the A major chord. But for this case, since we shall be using the key of C, we shall use the A minor chord. Therefore, since we have this as the major, we shall get the third and we lower it a half step lower, and we play its minor. It's the one we shall use for this session. If at all you're not familiar with the terms I'm using, I have a bunch of videos explaining all these terms. You can check them out on this very channel. They will be so helpful. So we shall be using the A minor chord that consists of A, C, and E. So for the start, you can meanwhile practice playing them without any given pattern or without any restricted counts or beats within which just to become comfortable with them. Then you can come to G, then you can come to F, just to become used and to get familiar with them. And now I want to introduce some term that is going to help us to build a real song from these chords, because it's from a given pattern or a specific pattern that we get the proper sounding chords to accompany a given song. And to begin with, we have some numbers displayed on the screen. We have a 5, a 6, and a 4. These represent a chord progression or show a chord progression. A chord progression is it's like the pattern in which different kinds of chords are played. For instance, I can play a C, and then I play a D major and an E minor. That aspect of moving from A to D to E, it's called a chord progression. But they are always symbolized using Roman numerals. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to use actual numbers. And you may be asking yourself, if at all you are an absolute beginner, you may be asking yourself, how do these numbers come about? Now, on the keyboard, we have, for instance, in the key of C, we have the C as the root note, and we have the upper C. That's the octave note, the octave C. Therefore, in a scale of C, we have these other notes in between. But I also have another video about the scales. You can check it out, and you become very good at playing in different keys. But back onto the point, these from the first C below, we shall give it a number 1, and then we go on progressing number by number. And we go on adding a number onto each note until we reach the upper C. That's to say this is 1, now this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 7. And then back to 1. Therefore, wherever you see a 1, that means a C. Wherever you see a 5, that means a G, because because in the key of C, when we count from 1 up to 5 in their correct order, 1, 2, 3, 4, this G will be the 5. Therefore, this helps us to quickly understand or to quickly interpret chord progressions, so that we can be able to play accompaniments easily without even the actual chord sheet. And this progression, when I interpret it, it indicates that I should begin with a C, that's number 1 chord, and then I should move to a 5. But take note that the 5, the G is a 5, but this G is the same as this G. Therefore, it's your choice to choose which G to take or which 5 to take, either the lower 5 or the upper 5. But for this case, let me take the lower one. From 1, that's the C, then to 5, then you count from the C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, we shall have our second chord as a G major chord. Then we have a 6. Therefore, from 5, then you go to 6. Therefore, this is an A chord. It will be an A major chord. But for this case, I said we shall be using the minor chords, the M minor chord, whereby you have the third brought a half step lower to this, to C. Therefore, we shall have our third chord as, our 60th chord as A minor, and then our last chord, that is number 4. Again, we count 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, our last chord will be this. That is F major chord. Because when you count 1, 2, 3, you end at 4 on the F major chord. Therefore, the pattern that we have got from this progression is telling us that we should be counting from, or we should be moving from C, then to G, that's 5, then to 6, that's A minor, and then to 4. Therefore, we already have our progression generated. Therefore, we already have our chord progression generated. And we shall just add some more emphasis whereby you add the bass, the root note in the bass. And this progression is in very many popular songs, modern songs, pop music. And whenever you are trying to play by ear or trying out a certain song that you don't know already, you can first demonstrate, or you can first try out with this chord progression. You may be surprised when it matches the new song you have heard, because it's very popular. Maybe which song? Let's see. And then we can add in some more improvisations using some other techniques like the arpeggios to add in some more warmth and some more sweetness to the playing. And maybe you can add in some more melodies or some right hand, but this is important because it helps you to practice without getting bored. You can add in some more, just to ensure that you just have to ensure that the notes that you add in the right hand, they are within the same chord as the one in the bass or as the root chord. For instance, we have 1, which is a C. Therefore, the ad-libs or the kind of melodies that you add in must be within this same chord. Yeah, like that. And maybe another progression that I should give you is the 6-4-1-5. And this is also another popular one, and it also consists of the same chords that we have studied earlier. Therefore, when we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, we start from from A minor. Then the fourth one, it is F. And then number 1, that's C. Again. Most of the popular songs are within these chords. Therefore, give them a try. Yeah, try them out in different music genres. You will be surprised to find that they match most of the songs. Thank you for tuning in and staying up to the end of this video. Support me by clicking the subscribe button so that you are always notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you for watching.